Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 13 of season 5 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Last episode, the gang had quite the run-in with this tear in space-time that was letting this fear dimension bleed into the lighthouse, causing everybody to hallucinate. Well, not even hallucinate. These things were manifesting as a result of their own individual fears, and they were there, and they could do damage. They could touch, hurt, and maim, whatever. Yeah, we had Lash. We had a lot of it being the 100th episode. We cycled through a bunch of different things from the past, kind of resurfacing, retouching on a bunch of the stuff, all culminating in the end with the revelation that Deke is actually the grandson of Fitz and Simmons. As at the end of this, we find that out at their wedding, which is beautiful, which is wild. What a great little button to everything right there, man. But I'm excited to see where we go now from there. So with that all said, let's get ready to hop in. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up with the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote what movies we react to each month, as well as a multitude of other options out there for you guys as well. It's just a fun way to support the channel, help us do the things we do for here, especially as we continue to get more and more copyright claims from various studios across the board at this point. So it really helps keep all of this going. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. If you enjoy this reaction, to least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping me edit down these highlights for you guys here on YouTube. And with that all said out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into episode 13, Principia. Here we go.
Have you heard of Thorazine, Alex? Because that's what they're proposing for you. And I'm the one holding them back. But you need to open up about the torture at the hands of Mr. Ward.
Oh.
And S.H.I.E.L.D.
I was like, what? I couldn't put the face to it, a name or anything. I did not recognize him. I wasn't sure if we were supposed to, but damn. Okay. Talk about rolling down memory lane.
We can start anywhere.
April.
What happened in April?
Your daughter just turned 3.
I never spoke about.
It was raining. You always propped the window open with a pen. Your wife called and you answered after one ring. Tight leash, huh?
Oh, whoa, what is happening? We are turning the tables here.
You said you'd be home early. 513 Elm Drive, right?
You know where I live.
Oh.
You never know what someone might do with that information.
Oh!
I told you. I remember everything. I'd like that Thorazine now, please.
What the hell? Well, hi. Seems like you're doing well.
How's this? You okay?
That's fine.
Good. All right, can I get you anything to eat?
Mack, enough. Seriously, if I had arms, I would strangle you right now.
You have thighs. You still have thighs.
Fitz is gonna do the best prosthetics work he's ever done for you, but it may take some time.
Okay. Well, there we go.
I need you to focus on resting and healing.
Sitting still isn't my strong suit.
I know, but he'll make it worth the wait. See? People can't even tell the difference. He's always
Does it
adding.
feel the same?
Oof. No.
Actually, no. It doesn't feel at all. But you get used to it.
How are you
Damn.
gonna feel about dating someone with robot parts?
That's true.
Those aren't the parts that matter.
Hey, growth.
Oh, no, come on. That's not that man.
I didn't even think about that. I did not even take it that way. Damn, Jemma. Get your head out of the gutter.
Nice save. And sweet. Okay, you can be annoying again.
Aww.
We need to get out of here and get Fitz what he needs to fix her.
I know, Mac, but it's one of many pressing concerns.
I was just coming to see you.
Tidings of comfort and joy.
Warnings of dim and gloom.
Quite the opposite, apparently.
How much time before the dam starts leaking?
Based on the increased frequency of transient electromagnetic waves.
Just give us a
Say
number.
that days are numbered. Sorry, that was insensitive.
No, it wasn't. It's part of life. We're all gonna die.
I really think that we should have everybody on this.
We do.
Let's not forget about Yo-Yo.
What does that mean? Who is everybody? Who's people we don't currently already have?
The last time anyone saw gravitonium in this timeline was at Cybertech's lab.
Yes.
Cybertech was dissolved. Quinn's vanished. Raina's dead.
Yeah.
But we found the names of the scientists who worked under Iain Quinn, so...
Who's Iain Quinn?
Don't worry about it.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I'm not part of the club.
Have a seat, Deke. I invited him. He's seen more gravitonium than any of us.
That is true.
Okay, so this is Quinn's gravitonium guy, Dr. Joseph Getty.
Also dead.
All of Cybertech scientists are now dead within the past 2 years, and all of their death certificates were signed by one man, Murray Jacobson.
Well, who the fuck is this guy?
You ran facial recognition?
I did, and I found his mug associated with multiple aliases. Louis Castellino, a real estate agent in Baton Rouge.
We need to talk to him.
Probably associated with Hale's group. Whatever base the Daisy's breaking into.
We may get a lead on gravitonium.
I'm going with you.
I thought you grounded yourself.
Yeah, I can't really destroy the world without my powers, so.
I can take care of myself.
There's many ways to destroy the world.
Fresh air for all of us.
Have a seat, Deke.
Okay.
See if you can help Fitz.
He's just really excited.
No.
Oh!
I'm not a babysitter.
Well, about that, this is your grandson. You take care of him.
You could survive.
Then be smart and stay here.
What happened? I don't remember anything that happened to this kid, man. What happened to his head? Whatever. What's in that corner? Is that a chair or... Why would somebody just leave that open? It's something, but this whole thing feels so phony. You're gonna sit down and eat?
Hello? Hey.
So I guess he's not concerned with leaving. Oh, he doesn't even know where he is. I guess that, okay, I guess that, oh, he's probably graduated to whatever this floor is, where she's been kept as well.
Louis Gasolino?
For a second, I was like, Johnny Lawrence?
Pratt, Gene Klein, Marion Cabretti.
He's armed and he's coming your way.
And he's got a Corvette.
Drop the gun.
I take orders from two people. No one and not you.
Candyman.
Mack Hammer?
They know each other.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly.
Tony Candyman Kane. You know, Tony was the kind of guy that can get you anything.
I really wasn't a books and tests kind of guy. That was Mack. Called us the saint and the sinner.
Wait, could we get back to Mack Hammer, please?
Yeah.
He made the mistake of telling us that he was obsessed with MC Hammer in high school.
Aww.
We're looking for a cybertech scientist named Joseph Getty. If he's still alive, he may have valuable information for us.
That could help us keep the world from shattering into a billion pieces.
Not even figuratively, literally.
You guys ever hear of Project Paperclip?
Secret program
Many.
to recruit Nazi scientists after World War II.
Yes. Why did I say many?
It was my job to give new identities, new lives.
You know where he is.
We need to talk to him, Tony.
Well, if the Mack Hammer's willing to break the rules, this has got to be bad.
Yeah.
Following the rules is no longer an option.
What I found in storage. Baseball, right?
Want to play catch? I know you're not my dad, but granddad.
There's another one if you want to play.
Monitoring a highly volatile situation.
Well,
Play catch with your grandson.
and to be such a cranky old man about it.
Ah.
Play is the highest form of research.
I'm not going to play catch with you. I've got stuff to...
Well, why don't I stay here and stare at the numbers for a little while? You can go visit Mrs. Fitz.
Mrs. Fitz.
I bet she's just dying for a little post-wedding yeehaw.
Okay, do you know... Okay, toss me the ball. We'll play fetch.
Fetch? Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, is that the rift?
We are experiencing another anomaly. If you see something that doesn't belong here, it's not real.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? That can be so vague.
Hey, what happened?
I woke up. I forgot I didn't have arms.
Okay, let's just get you back up.
I want to be with Mack forever.
And you will.
What I saw, what I heard, it's all happening.
We can change it.
Nothing's gonna change it.
Damn.
You hated violence. Now look at this. You got this shotgun axe.
I won't let the people I love get hurt by it.
I love you, Mac.
Not anymore.
You were hoping cybertech could solve more than two problems.
Yeah.
If there's a chance to save your life, why not try?
Because I already had one unnatural life extension and I don't want another. You both have to accept that.
Damn. Hey, that's big to just be able to look that in the face and just kind of accept it.
When we needed it, and like it or not, we're gonna be his.
Nah, save him from himself.
You can talk.
When I feel like it.
You know, she doesn't have her headphones in.
What?
You still have that scar? The one you got when you were a kid. You hit your head on the kitchen counter. That's how you got it.
I remember.
Huh.
My father beat me in front of you. And your mother.
Oh!
I want to see her. Now.
This is an interesting thread, man.
Help me find something.
What?
Gravitonium. What happened to the gravitonium?
Put it on a cargo ship, the Principia, to transport it to a facility
Principia. That's the title of the episode.
Why? What happened?
It sank during a thunderstorm. If you want gravitonium, you're going to have to reach 5 miles down into the ocean to get it.
Damn.
Bathymetric maps don't show anything. Sonar doesn't pick up any deviations. So maybe they were hijacked by pirates.
I mean, it's possible.
Mack believes him. Keep looking.
Deke's gonna pull some out-of-the-box idea to help everybody. I'm calling it.
How deep?
5 miles where we're looking.
5 miles? Are you serious? What's it like down there? It's cold.
They would know.
Where I was born, you guys already blew up the planet.
Yeah, nice.
He never stops. It's like somebody let Scrappy do in here.
That is such a terrible insult. How dare you? He is not Scrappy. Dude, he is a Scrappy character.
I think we're married, wife.
I cannot, husband. Think we'll ever get used to it, husband?
No, I do not, wife.
And grandson running around somewhere.
Mr. and Mrs. Simmons Fitz. Sounds great. Just rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah.
No, Fitzsimmons. Duh. I'm almost like 100% certain she could get out of this situation.
Why am I here?
They wanted to chemically lobotomize you, so I had you transferred.
Maybe that's what I wanted.
It is what he wanted.
I don't want anything to do with my father or his name or Hydra.
Hydra. Such a boys' club. So much testosterone.
Oh, we had overlapping interests back then. But I hated his guts, if we're being honest.
I pieced it all together.
S.H.I.E.L.D. zapped your brain when you were in the memory enhancer.
Oh yeah, that's why I could remember so much, I imagine.
See, what I'm building here is something new. A better future for you and for Ruby.
Well, now this is all starting to add up.
I'm not gonna kill you, Alex.
The fact that this fucker gets to live and she killed those 2 awesome officers.
You're free. Go.
Yeah, so this is just Hydra adjacent.
Gain his trust, his love, whatever it is you need to do to get inside his head. We need that information. Ruby.
Wow.
Stick to the books this time. Don't you go off the rails.
What would you do? What would you do if she did? Kill your daughter? Probably. Twinkies.
Oh my god.
Oh.
The chef invented these.
Well, he's probably long since dead. Oh no. The hallucinations. This is a bleed, isn't it? Is it his mom? Oh god.
I've been looking all over for you.
Not real. Not real.
Put that down.
So, whose kid was Fitz and Simmons? The mother or the father, I wonder?
You like them, I can tell.
Some, maybe.
That Daisy girl is cute.
Mom.
Stop, Mom.
The steps you take don't need to be big. They just need to take you in the right direction.
This doesn't seem like a scary hallucination, at least.
So what are you saying? Are you saying that
You should walk away.
Oh, here it is.
You know what happens when you care about someone.
Oh, holy shit. Dude, fuck this shit, man.
Another one of those fear things. I need a Zima.
You shouldn't be alone.
Like I don't know up from down. Well, tell him I'm sorry that I was born in a place that doesn't have oceans or air or you know, and technically, there is no up and down in space. It's all the same thing. Wait.
Epiphany?
It's all the same thing.
Epiphany!
It was carrying gravitonium during a storm. If it got hit by lightning, charge the gravitonium.
And generated a gravity field around the entire
Well,
ship.
there you looky there. So all this time, there's just been a levitating ship somewhere. I feel like that probably would have gotten noticed at some point. Yeah. How the hell? You'd think that'd show up on some radar.
Holy moly.
Well, there goes all the work that they are about to, you know. Well, here goes all the work Fitz and Simmons are going to have to do. I mean, they just stumbled upon it. So all this algorithm talk is unnecessary now.
I remember pain. Every beating I've ever taken. Like it's new.
That's fucked.
Over and over.
That's why he wanted the lobotomy.
The grand seduction of Werner von Strucker. Gain his trust by any means necessary.
I mean, she's telling him everything.
She doesn't care about you or me. She only
Which
wants what's in her
is
head.
a good tactic to get trust.
Not gonna be any different than Hydra or S.H.I.E.L.D. Unless
what?
it doesn't have to be her team. It could be our team.
Yep.
If you're not here tomorrow, I'll understand. But if you are,
What a good, I mean, that's a good play. That's a good tactic. I mean, she didn't tell a single lie about all of that. Maybe a half truth here or there. That's just, I mean, hell, we know she flies off the handle on her own accord, doing things of her own accord and all that as well. Like the whole Daisy thing. Who knows? Maybe she would like to usurp her mother and make something of her own for herself. Or it's all doing everything her mother actually wants by revealing everything.
Same way the gravity puck works. That means there's got to be gravitonium there somewhere.
Well, deck one is clear.
Well, it's for certain somewhere. But good job, Deke. I'm so glad he got a win after all that shit talking he received.
that looks like severe hypoxia.
Let's keep moving.
What's that mean? Oh no.
We're in the engine room. Looks like someone's been here before us.
So, suffocation. Thank you. Could have just said that.
Gravitonium. Not all of it, though.
Just some.
Softball. Must have got separated from the rest.
Dude, something just that big is doing all of this.
Yeah, we got something. Why?
Okay, listen to me. If you can box it up without touching it, you might be able to get it off the ship.
Might?
You got about 90 seconds.
Oh, they're siphoning oxygen.
Real gravity is going to take over and the ship's going to fall out of the sky.
Should be enough time.
Let's go, Deke.
Hey, Mack Hammer. Can't touch this.
That's good. I love it. I'm so glad Coulson he never loses his sense of humor.
I'm on a mission with the two things I fear most. Drowning and heights.
What about robots? Shit, robot.
The three things.
God damn it. I forgot about that thing already.
They've got us flanked.
I love the first person view that we had there.
They need to get off that ship. They don't have much time.
Why are these things? Well, never mind. Obviously, because Hale's stolen the gravitonium already.
Get the hell out of that ship.
Working on it.
So I guess they just left some of these here just in case. Because we know Daisy has to go into that,
We gotta get out!
We don't have time for this.
No, I know what I'm doing.
Oh no.
It's hammer time.
Ugh. But that's an axe.
This is not the Mack I used to know.
I'm on my way in.
I hope so, because with everything we've seen with, wow. Look out below! I'm just worried anytime Mack's alone in a situation just because,
came back online.
yeah, they left them
The
behind.
ones you left on the Principia, in case anyone found them.
But yeah, anytime Mack's in danger, I'm just worried about more of, Yo-Yo's visions coming true. Not visions, predictions, associations, whatever you want to call it. But we know that gravitonium was stored under a government building and Daisy's last scene going in there. So we know they had to have taken a bulk of it.
Flying boat and a robot fight. Best day ever.
Take care.
Good to see you too, Mack. About that Deathlock program, your friends were asking about it too. So I'm gonna do some digging, see what else I can find.
You
got it.
Let's go.
Oh, I'm just holding on to that thing in case of emergency. Don't beat yourself up while you're trying to heal.
Yeah. His mom eventually
Steps you
ends
take
up with
don't need
that.
to be big. They just
His
need to
dad,
take you in the
whichever.
right direction.
Oh! Oh!
Oh, can we help you with something?
Wow.
Another ghost from your past?
No, it wasn't a ghost, eh?
Aww.
I just saw you standing there and, how are you? With, that's what I came to tell you.
I put it together, at least part of it. The ring, now that, the phrase.
What? Deke, you coming or is this another play day?
Yeah, after you, Grandpa.
He nailed it.
And I think it's safe to say General Hale has the rest.
I'm starting to think she's more than just an overzealous general.
I think you're right.
I'm right there with you.
Guess what I got you?
I don't know. I'm stumped.
I won't share these with you. That's right, I got you something else.
Zima. Oh.
Arms.
Wow. I guess that worked out in the end. One trip ended up paying off for quite a few different objectives that we had. No, he's in there somewhere. Yeah.
I thought about what you said. You're right. The future's ours.
Then you should see who else we've got.
We're putting together a team. Oh yeah, they were putting together a team. I forgot about that.
You remember everything.
Yeah, he fell right into this trap, man.
Nice work.
Unless she actually plans on betraying her mom. Yep. That she did. All right, man. Yeah, we came out on top here, at least a little bit. We got gravitonium, we got more of it, you know, so we can keep this tear closed a little bit longer. This is just crazy because we don't have... The epicenter of the Earth explosion, from what we saw in the recordings and the data in the future, was that it's It was at whatever government facility building. I can't remember if it was the Pentagon or whatever. It was some government building that Daisy was last seen going into, which we learned was housing gravitonium, which caused everything to erupt. And we know that they're stockpiling it, and that breaks everything apart. But that seems to be in a completely separate location from everything else than this tear. So maybe that combined with that tear makes the whole thing happen, or could this all be two different things? I don't know. I don't know what we're playing with at the moment. Just yet, not really the full picture of it, obviously. And then bringing back Alex here, or Werner, whatever we want to call him. I did not recognize him at first, but once we started diving through it, I was reminded of a lot of what he had been through. It just took me a little while, because it just feels like it. I mean, for us, it has been quite a while since we kind of tapped into a lot of that. But he's here, after I think the last time we saw him, if I remember correctly, which right now I would put a lot of weight on that, was when they put him into the mind machine to figure out where his father's base was, or whatever it was. And, they put him in the machine that lets you traverse the memories and stuff. And now he just remembers his entire life, all the pain of it, but every single fucking detail that comes with that as well. So that's what they're after here. As we've learned, Hale seems to be, I don't know if you would call her former Hydra, but like she has this Hydra was the boys club. We got our own thing going over here. So whatever we want to call this. Oh, wait, Hydra Leviathan? Is that what this is? I mean, I guess so at this point. But she's also trying to do it herself on her own way, make something new, wholly her own. But it's just kind of like a Hydra spinoff, her own little tweak of Hydra, I'm guessing. Maybe she thinks she's the good guy. I don't know. Her means are fucked. She killed decent people, and she's trained her daughter to be an assassin. There's some sketchy, weird shit going on. And yeah, I don't know. She's putting together her own little team here with her daughter, now him, and now, God, I can't remember his name. The one guy who can, absorb elements and whatnot. Whatever. And then it's just funny because eventually that just all blows up. It probably blows up in her own face, which would be funny. Meanwhile, though, obviously we have to go through all this kind of stuff, get our little piggybacker pieces to figure out where the last known sources of gravitonium was during this period after they were last seen with Quinn and all that stuff. We tracked it down to one of the scientists, tracked it down to this floating ship, which, little suspension of disbelief here is that no radar ever picked that thing up, let alone saw it hovering in the sky, because it's not like boats don't travel that way anymore, or planes aren't going around anymore, or whatever. Radars are always active. I'm sure that would show up. I mean, hell, now as we learned, it's already been raided, so it probably has, and it's been covered up, all reports of it snuffed out. So never mind. I just can't answer my own question, because they have been there. They even left sleeper robots behind to guard it in case somebody came snooping around. Obviously, all the people who were on the ship suffocated to death, deprived of oxygen. These robots were left there to attend while the gravitonium, at least most of it, was taken away. And I guess to hide it, I guess I don't know why they just wouldn't have let it sink to the bottom of the ocean either. Or maybe they didn't. But it seems like there was a conscious decision for them to have left that gravitonium there to hold that ship in place. I guess they thought it was, harder to find in the sky than it would have been at the bottom of the ocean. Because even when they thought it was at the bottom of the ocean, they were like, how the fuck would we even get it? It would be quite the chore to even try to travel down that far to get it. So I feel like it probably would have been better at the bottom of the ocean, but whatever. Deke, though, thinking outside the box, also using his own knowledge of gravitonium from the future, was actually able to bring a solve to the table, or at least answer the question of where the ship was, even though that ended up not mattering, I guess, because they were still trying to figure that out while everybody else was still on their way to figure out where the ship was, unless they figured it out and then told Coulson and then they flew there. Because the way it was edited, it made it seem like they just happened to show up and find it floating in the sky themselves, heading towards the last known direction after they got that intel from the scientist. Whatever, I don't know. Maybe it all culminated together. Maybe I missed a line, maybe something, or maybe the editing kind of dropped the ball on that one. I'm not sure. Who knows? Whatever. At the end of the day, it's not really important. I guess we could just assume that Fitz did the thing, and then they got the information or whatever. I just would have, liked to seen the A to B to C to that information getting to them. Well, it's fine. But Fitz, after obviously racking his brain over all of these different issues, has been extremely tired, irritable, and Deke's constant, like, I don't want to call it like pestering, but like he's just constantly like, asking questions, fawning over everything about the world because it's completely different than you've seen. And then Fitz just is like, at every turn when he's trying to help or provide some kind of input, he's just like writes it off. And, he's not really counting him in as part of the group or that any of his input is valuable at all. Just talking down to him all the time. And then in the end, Deke's intel ended up being the thing that was the solve. He was able to look at it from a different angle than they were. And I love that they set that up. And as this thing is still kind of a Band-Aid, as they called it on this situation, these hallucinations will still start to happen just kind of intermittently as the current source of gravitonium wanes. So we had a moment of that with him seeing the vision of his mother. Talking to him, it started off very wholesome for a second when he was in the storage room, kind of ruffling through everything and kind of rummaging through everything again and finding these Twinkies or whatever. But he has this nice little conversation that turns sour when he sees his mom murdered before his eyes. But, it brought to the table this little phrase of hers that helped kind of motivate him and help him guide him forward in his life. And then learning where that came from, combined with the ring and then all this stuff, he was finally able to put together that Fitz and Simmons are his parents. And I love that even before he knew that, he was like, hey, Fitz, want to play catch? We kept having some of these like father-son or, grandson, grandfather scenarios pop up, just kind of poking at that idea now that we know, and we're just kind of watching them try to put it together. And then by the end of the episode, as Simmons was helping Yo-Yo out of her bed, she said the thing his mom said, and then he connected it. Plus she had the monolith piece, which eventually made it to his parents. And, it's just all these things are starting to fall into place, and he was able to put it back together, and then just that little thing there. It's like, all right, Grandpa. Oh, it's so good. Meanwhile, while we all got all that taken care of in this episode, we did find, thanks to one of the robots we took out, at least some parts to help us with the prosthetics for Yo-Yo, which, as we learned, is now the current plan. That could at least make it line up with what we saw from the visions for Robin when we saw her running around, strutting around with that scepter from the Krees. When she was talking about having lost Mack. And then when Mack was left behind in the ship, I was worried that was going to be it. Every time he's alone by himself or he's fighting anything, I'm like, oh God, is this going to be it? But a good episode, solid episode, fun, funny. A lot of great little bits all throughout this. We've definitely taken quite a turn now that we were getting in with this whole thing with S.H.I.E.L.D. and the team that she's building here to counteract S.H.I.E.L.D. and whatever her mission statement is overall for the world. I'm kind of curious to find out. But like this whole manipulation for the young Von Strucker kid here is so, I don't know. I'm kind of like, is her daughter going to rebel? Because there was this whole thing, well, what if I did go stray? What would you do? What if she actually does intend to have her own little uprising against her mother? What if what she told him was indeed true all the way through, and that even her honesty, which could have been like, she was upfront about everything for the most part. What if she is legit about betraying her mom? But then again, all of that could just be to get his trust, and she could just be playing along all the same. I'm just kind of curious which way she's going to go. Before we go, let's go ahead and head over to Patreon and see if we have any questions. I was a little late posting this one prior to the recording, so I don't know if we'll have too many. Hell, I don't know if we'll have any at all, to be honest, because I'm so behind on everything thanks to Squid Game and all this other shit going on that I'm not sure if anybody had time to respond. Okay, we have one. We have one, thankfully. Thank God. All right, so over on Patreon, Durla asks, there have been a few clues as to Fitzsimmons and Deke being related. Deke is very Fitz-like in his mannerisms, something that you picked up on. Thank you. Also, just kind of the scruffiness. I think I think part of it, too, is like while his face shape isn't quite the same, like his general demeanor and his, I don't know, maybe it's just the scruffiness. Maybe it's their beard. I think they have a very similar beard. I don't know. I think that was one of the things that drew it to me, especially when you saw Marauder Fitz next to Deke in the future. I was like, oh, Deke described his mother as being very intelligent, as the daughter of Fitzsimmons would be. Deke rebuilt the framework. Yes, he did. That is another achievement of his own. The time machine was completed by Deke's father, who took up the task after his wife was killed, who probably carried it on after her parents died. Not sure if it's ever been confirmed, but the first time we see Jemma, Deke, and Fitz in the future, they are all wearing headgear of some sort. A writer's joke, perhaps? Maybe. So I guess the assumption, I guess that is. It has to be the mom then. That's why the mom showed up, But then she also married a very keen intellect of her own when she found the father that eventually bore Deke and stuff like this, So like, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to see them kind of, follow in their own footsteps in some sort of way and carry on each other's work. Because, yeah, you bring up a very good point because it's, she took after Simmons, it seems like, quite a bit, especially with the hair and all kinds of stuff like that. And then she found somebody very much akin, as you kind of tend to do. They say girls sometimes fall in love with people that remind them of their fathers and vice versa. I don't know how true that is. I just know that's the same people say. It's just kind of interesting that she would fall for somebody that would be, equipped to do something similar, like with Fitz, who, once she did pass, it was Deke's father that helped continue the work, with the time machine and everything else. So yeah, I don't know. That is really interesting. I didn't think about that aspect of it. But yeah, it was mostly just like the mystery of where is Fitz and the revelation of the time jump. And then what is Fitz doing? And if we haven't had him, like what extension of him exists in the future? Initially, I was like, okay, I presumed that Deke was related to Fitz in some way. I just didn't know if. And I thought because, they had been separated, what if Fitz had lived out a life on Earth and never made it to the future or whatever, and, that he might be the father, but maybe there was somebody else in the picture because he never reunited with Simmons, because we were on that kind of alt history, alt future timeline at that point. So at least that's kind of where I was thinking. I just thought initially, just because they looked very similar, that maybe there was at least a Fitz in there somewhere. It looks like Fitz skipped a generation. But yeah, that was the thing that drew me there initially, was all of that. But yeah, they definitely laid quite a few clues. But yeah, thank you, Durla. I really appreciate that. But guys, that's all I got for right now. I'm going to pass it off to you. Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. And before we go, I want to shout out Angela Burr and Lily Chanson for becoming two of our lovely little saviors here on the channel to help us sponsor some of the rescues that we have at the office that we've been taking care of. Really appreciate the support you guys have been giving. Thank you guys so much. And of course, our channel legends: Erica Fisher, Armando Rosas, Ash, Casey Wood, Codename Witch, Damasius, David Furstenberg, Durla, Gregory Toner, It's Mushi, Jade, Jay Contrell, Carmen Wilmot, Liam Harrell, Lily Chanson, Lindley Bullock, Mandy Sherritt, Muggy Holes, Nikki Demus, Nikki G, Ollie Hodges, Philly J, Robert Anguiano, Ross Lingard, Russell Crockett, Shilio, Yor Korskov, and your boy G-Man. Thank you guys so much for continued support, and everybody who's been supporting the channel along the way. It's thanks to you guys over there that really help us get through all these copyright strikes and all kinds of stuff as of late. Thank you guys so much. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.